Hey, haven't you been wanting to start a podcast?
Yeah, but doesn't it take a lot to make one?
Well, let me tell you about Anchor. It's free, and it's the easiest way to make a podcast. On top of that, there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Oh, that sounds amazing. But doesn't it take a lot of work to put my podcast on different platforms?
Actually, Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more.
That sounds fantastic.
On top of that, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. So it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place.
So where do I get started?
Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, and welcome back to another episode of the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Liz, and I'm with a Tyrant Dominus, aka Jesus. And if you're listening for the first time, we hope you follow or unsubscribe. It's free, and you can always unfollow or unsubscribe. So let's get into this episode. How are you, Jesus?
You really are tired.
I tried.
No, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Like, hi everyone. Yes, I'm doing great. I've been tired too. So if you're listening to this episode is coming out a little later. For anyone who's wondering, we got the computer situation kind of fixed, so we'll be moving forward. No hiatus for us, so you can't get rid of us that easily.
Yes, I was going to prevent that in so many ways.
But there will be no more, at least no more Nintendo streams for a while from me. So sadly, yeah, that's going to have to stop until further notice. I'll be streaming something else through PlayStation, so look forward to that. I'll figure out what I want to do there. But yeah, how's your week been?
It's been crazy. Been busy. The numbers will keep popping up and they just haven't stopped. We have had so many cases, and they're not necessarily all COVID cases. It's just there is about 13 right now in my hospital. Not counting all of all my hospital system, but we're running out of rooms for all the other cases that we have been having: heart attacks, strokes, you name it. We've just been running out of rooms.
Sounds about right, because no matter what, everyone just keeps talking about COVID cases and stuff, but people forget there's still other sicknesses and other injuries and stuff that's happening. So when people are running out of room, it's not just because of COVID cases. There's like other sicknesses and illnesses out there that are.
Yeah, people are still getting, pancreatitis and everything's just going on. I mean, you still have your regular normal problems going on, and it's just we're seeing a high case. It's really weird because usually summers are slowed down, but we haven't really had a slowdown. Been just consistent, constant. They actually added shifts onto our weekends. They're like, oh, so we need a 4-hour person on the weekend. I did one last weekend just to make up some hours and extra hours on top of it. So
no rest for the weary.
No. So, I did 11-hour shift last week. So yeah.
This is where normally I would put the cha-ching sound effect, but also with this new computer setup, you won't be hearing any sound effects moving forward until further notice, until I get my new computer. So yeah, you guys aren't getting any sound effects for a while.
Wah, wah, wah.
Unless Liz makes them.
Which I'm very good about doing sometimes.
But yeah, so yeah, it's been pretty busy. It sounds like your work life has been bonkers now. Yeah, it's kind of how the situation is right now. For the most part, I've been well, just trying to figure out this computer situation. That's kind of why the last week's episode was late. Luckily, I got something. I jerry-rigged something, so it works for the most part, and we can record and post these up for you guys. So, cheers on that. But nothing really much happened. We had a little bit of a double surprise party for my brother and my parents, since both their his birthday and their anniversary lands on the same day. Yeah, I know.
He's the anniversary baby. How
Exactly.
cute.
And
I'm the honeymoon baby, so
ooh.
number one.
So we were able to throw a really surprisingly large party. I did not expect it to be as big as it was. I knew we were gonna have a live band, so
I saw that on the pictures.
yeah, I was a little bit surprised. We did so this is one of the things we've always done when we have kind of like live or louder music, is we kind of go around our neighbors to kind of inform them, like, hey, we're going to be a little louder than normal and stuff like that. Be courteous. You should always be courteous. Like we're not, I don't know how close you are to your neighbors.
My neighbors are upstairs and they're right next to me, connected to a wall. So yes, they're very close.
But what I mean is how close are you? Like, do you talk to them on a daily or weekly, or do you do the
upstairs is weekly almost, and then the next door neighbors not so much because they have opposite than I do too.
With the kind of the acknowledgement nod and stuff like that, like, oh, you acknowledge each other, right? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how we are with our neighbors. Now, at least one of our neighbors, most of our neighbors will do the casual head nod or wave. We don't really interact with each other that much. So everyone just kind of acknowledges each other. And it's something that I think some neighborhoods have declined as of late. When you're able to chit chat with your neighbors like you could have in the past, and I think it's just so much people are online and ignoring the world around them. But I digress from that. So yeah, we went around our neighbors, kind of letting them know, hey, we're going to be a little louder than normal. We're going to be done by around 9:30, 10, before curfew and shit. The issue came about, and here's also the thing, when you're doing anything with noise, you always go around. You should go to your town hall, and make sure, if you're going to have louder than stuff, you should get a noise permit. Or a sound permit, whatever it is. I did this over a month ago. I called my city and asked for a noise permit, and I asked for a kind of a permit to determine how many people I could have at my residence, right? Because of all the cases and stuff. So I was like, and this is before the mask mandate got reintroduced too. So I talked to one of the administrative people there, and hey, can you give me an idea? It's a permit, I have to pay for it. I was wondering, hey, what do I need? What are the limits and stuff like that? And when I first called them, they didn't have any answers. And I'm like,
your tax dollars at work, babe.
So I was like, okay. And they said they were going to call me back once they have a little bit more information, like what are the limits and what would be the pay and stuff like that. They never got back to me. And they're like, okay, so I don't need a permit. I don't need anything. I called the city. I have record that I called the city too. So
and who you spoke to, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same. I've spoken to these people multiple times, mostly to get my permit from my office. So I kind of I've known them for a while now. But anyways, the only issue we had with the party or complaint was we did get one noise complaint, because the thing is we talked to our neighbors, but we didn't talk to all our neighbors. And what I mean by that is we didn't talk to our neighbors that were 2 blocks away.
Oh shit!
That's how loud the music was playing, and we didn't realize that. Yeah, it was pretty loud. We literally had a festival going back in our backyard. It was banging.
God, I wish I was there. But again, someone wasn't vaccinated. I wasn't going.
Understandable. But yeah, it was once the cops came and we talked to them and we settled it over, we turned it down a little bit. They gave us we gave them our contact information if they were going to give us one more warning. They were going to give us a warning call to turn it down one more time, and then they were going to give us a ticket, which was very kind of them. They congratulated our parents for their anniversaries. They were very nice, understanding. Nothing really went bad after that. The party was already kind of, as far as the musical was concerned, kind of already ending. It was like they came around like probably a little after 9, just towards the end of the band too. So it's like it doesn't matter too much then at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Overall the night was fun. Some people got smashed with cake. There was a lot of
pictures, I hope.
My siblings have pictures. But yeah, there's a lot of dancing, a lot of stuff, a lot of drinking. It was fun overall. Just a good weekend, kind of kind of going back to the norm of these festivities, just having like all the friends and family together. It was really nice. And a little chaotic, but not too bad. It's nice once in a while.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but chaos hasn't been happening just to us in this part of the world. We're not going to get into the politics of this stuff because we're not a political podcast, but I want to talk about some of the stories that have been happening across the world, mostly with, Iraq being taken over by the Taliban.
Yeah.
Afghanistan, never mind. Afghanistan, is it? Yeah, Afghanistan. My apologies. Yeah. Afghanistan being taken over by the Taliban.
I've been slightly, I'm aware of what's going on over there. I'm just not, I'm too involved with the other aspect of what's going on in our state to kind of worry about what's going on in the world. I feel sorry. I feel bad. What's going on? I get it. The whole gist and it sucks.
So what have you heard? And then we can kind of enter into
I heard about Taliban taking over.
Yeah, it was pretty quick, too.
And a lot of people were upset because of all the stuff that, the U.S. had promptly left. And, of course, we have a lot of U.S. U.S. people there, too. So, I mean, that sucks for them because they're not the Americans. They're not Afghanistans. And so I feel Afghans, I'm sorry. And, I feel bad. I feel bad.
True. It sucks that mostly when they're I think it's their president. I think that their leader kind of ran away immediately. That was hilarious. He just got up and left. And they took over extremely fast. I think they took over in less than 40 or 72 hours, and the president just dipped and didn't even put up a fight. I'm like, holy shit, this guy. Wow.
Yeah, but the memes have been real on it.
The memes have been real. There's been a lot. I can understand the whole everyone worried. People have been been trying to get out. I've seen people literally jump on planes, some of the evacuation planes, jump on top of them in the wheels just to get out of there.
I know. They were climbing upstairs to get onto the planes. It's crazy. I saw some of the pictures. I was like,
oh yeah,
that's bad. That's bad.
There's one report of this 17-year-old soccer player who died from the fall because he was holding on to the wing and he just couldn't hold on.
The fact that the plane still took off still amazes me.
They have to get out. They have to go out.
I know.
And then there's been a lot the news about the the females robotics team. They've been kind of stuck there, and people have been trying to figure out a way to get them out because the second that the Taliban took over, women's lost all their rights.
I know.
They're gone. They're just literally it's like evolution but backwards for them. Literally just went back. Everything they worked for has downgraded tremendously.
Yeah.
So it's wow, that's it's just crazy. One of the craziest stories I've been following was this. I think it was an American or a British man. I think his name was Lord Crawl. I'm trying to remember, but he's been posting. What he's been doing because apparently this guy was vacationing in Afghanistan. And what was it? and he's just been posting like photos and texts of stuff like, oh, this is what's happening at the moment, like a step-by-step thing, what's happening, how he's hiding and stuff like that. And like, oh shoot, this guy, how is this guy alive? For a lot there was for a good time people thought it was fake because of some of the places he was posting photos where he was. Let's see if I can find Lord Miles. That's his name. He was a British student. 21-year-old British student. Going by the name Lord Miles. That was his like online handle. But yeah, he was just like just putting out little notes like, hey, this is what's happening, this is how I'm hiding. And just like on the 17th, he posted his not his last, but his tweet that he was on an evacuation plane back to Britain. But for a good amount of time, it seemed like this guy was just like memeing, just posting stuff. Because it was like a lot of like memes. He had like, there's points where he was streaming on Twitch and his like, what was a hotel hiding, and a lot of meme stuff. Not gonna lie.
No, maybe it was, you had to have a sense of humor. I mean, it's a very scary situation, probably.
No, that's understandable.
I almost want to say the way it sounded like it was like a Holocaust all over again. You know, like the Jews hiding and trying to get escaping. And
here, I'll post it in talking points, the article.
I'm just saying, it sounds like that.
Yeah, and for the most part, it was a very interesting thing to see someone live, because people were like constantly refreshing the page to see when he was updating stuff and things like that, just to be checked. Like, okay, is he still alive? Or is he posting something different? Anything, and everything. But yeah, it was crazy. It's crazy what's happening over there right now. So I wish everyone the best.
Did you hear about our governor wants to take in refugees? And I was like, well, our cases are so high. Why and how would you bring somebody who's not vaccinated probably into a very high populace? Because we're one of the top like 5, being pretty bad for numbers.
Are we really? So. Oregon that bad? Wow.
Yeah, there was a meme out there about how much of it people were vaccinated, and you saw this like down towards the south of Oregon, where they're totally against vaccination. They're like the lighter colors of the green, so it gets really light shades of green, and then you have a really dark greens. Like our dark greens up here, like where I'm at, and probably where you're at. But then you go flipped over to the pages of high numbers of COVID cases, and they're in the black.
Okay.
Went from red to very light pink to white to light pink to red to black. I was like, oh God, that's terrible. It's bad.
That is,
and they're running out of room in hospitals, and people are dying in the middle of the hallways now. But hey,
that sounds like an apocalyptic movie.
It is. This is Oregon for you.
So, talking about kind of the states and stuff and memes. So, recently, CNBC put out an article on how much money a single person needs to earn to get by in the United States, or per state. It's very interesting to kind of view. So, for a person...
Where is that at? I know, I saw that somewhere.
It's there. Yeah. So, for single people living in the United States, earning enough money to make ends meet looks different for each person. But location can play a major role, since the cost of housing, food, insurance, and other necessities vary from place to place. So using the living wage calculator they have to kind of estimate the minimum income and everything, they took into place how much each state needs. So we'll go with our state for now. It's in the kind of on the higher end, which I was surprised.
Yeah, well, I'm not surprised right now. I'm not.
So for how much a single person has to earn to meet the basic needs. I'm saying basic, like just like food, housing, water, insurance.
Health insurance. Personal expenses.
So that would be, a person needs to be earning a minimum of $35,050 a year.
I could believe that.
So that's for a single person. It's not accounting for couples, families, single parents, all that stuff. It's just a single person. Looking at this in the heavier state, it looks like DC is one of the highest ones, set at 41,850 a year. Hawaii sitting at 40,412 a year. And then kind of some of the Midwestern states are the lower ones, which makes sense. There's really nothing there. No offense to anyone there, depending on where it is, but there's depending on where you live too.
Yeah.
So,
that'd be nice, making.
So kind of looking at the breakdown they have on here. Let's go to Oregon for now. Go through a little bit. Oregon, where are you? There you go, Oregon.
Alphabetical, man. Alphabetical.
I know it's alphabetical. So I have to scroll a lot. So
yeah, I know, right?
the estimated housing cost is 11,300. What does that mean, actually? What is that?
It means like food, your
no, food cost is right down there. It's like about almost 4,000.
Damn.
4,000 a year. Wait, how much is that a month, actually? Do you have a calculator?
I can do that right now. So
yeah, do a quick calculator.
I'll do 4. I'm just gonna round it up.
Do 38. Do 38. It's closer to 38.
Okay, fine. I'll do 38.
It's better. You don't want to estimate too high.
$316, and that's a lot. Well, if you were single, I guess if you're single, I don't know how you could do that, but I guess it depends if you're eating out or if you're actually making your meals at home.
That's true, but that's not that bad. 300. That's I see that. I can see that.
Yeah, it's like $316.66. Yeah, 67 cents. Whoever we want around it. So.
Housing. I wonder what housing costs me. I'm gonna look this up really quick. Calculator, housing, estimated housing, food. I'm guessing housing costs is like how much you have to pay for the place you're living at.
Your taxes and stuff like that, probably the mortgage.
That's pretty low when I think about it.
Let's see, what is it?
So it'll be like 11,300 divided by 12.
$942 a month.
To find a place to live in? Interesting. Unless there's like, well,
it depends on. I don't know where they're putting these numbers at. I mean, it depends on what part of the city.
Yeah, or entire state too. So it's estimated. There's probably cheaper places in the state of Oregon. So yeah. This is just an estimate. The medium of the whole. So there's probably. Yeah. I can see like some like small city out of nowhere is probably charging like $900 for a small apartment. That makes sense, right? That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's just crazy to see some of these numbers and stuff like that. Oh, and I kind of always knew that was a thing. Actually, how much is that an hour? Actually, using the Oregon one. So do the Oregon 35.50. So how much does a person have to work like full time 40? What is that?
So what do you mean? Like what am I doing?
So 35.50. 35,050 divided
by what? A normal 40-hour week?
Yeah. So yeah.
$876.25.
Divided by so you divided by 52.
40 hours.
40 hours divided by 52.
40 hours. Okay, no, that would not make sense. So if you're hold on, 35 divided by 52, that's 674 divided by 40, which would be, you have to make $16.85 an hour.
16, so about $17 an hour.
So yeah,
we'll say so. That's about right. Yeah,
so, I make more than that, and I still.
remember, this is for a single person. So.
True. I'm a single mom, so that's all different.
So yeah, like that makes sense. That totally makes sense. Where's the other article that kind of works with this one? The top 15 more affordable for
millennials. Come on, speak.
I'm waking up. Like I said, I've been working all night trying to get this computer working.
I'm not saying no.
So some of the states, since we already looked at some of the states, like all the states actually. So the 15 states, we'll just like list them. So from 15 going to
Washington?
number 1.
It's number 1? What?
Oh, is it? I was gonna go one by one. Wow, you just ruined the surprise. Damn.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So Washington is the most affordable place to live in. Why is that? Let me see here. So average monthly earnings monthly or 6,000. Wow. How much do you have to make an hour to make 6,000 a month? Do the math there.
All right, so 60. Let's say they work. What is it really?
Just do a standard 40.
36. What? Okay. Oops, wrong numbers. By 40, you have to earn $166 an hour.
Are you serious? No.
But again, they're saying millennial, so you have to think about a couple. So it has to be two incomes.
Oh, actually, I didn't read the entire article. So what is this actually?
Right? If we think about it.
According to the personal finance website Wallet Hub, which ranked the best and worst states for millennials in 2021, here Wallet Hub defines millennials as those from between ages of 24 to 40. Wait, what? We're in there?
Yes, we are. We're millennials.
Interesting. One of the key metrics from Wallet Hub considered was affordable, which tends to be particularly important to this age group. To determine each state's affordability, the site looks at the cost of living, the average price of a Starbucks latte, millennials' average monthly earnings, housing costs, millennials' ownership rates, annual child care expenses. Okay, so it does do a lot more. Average monthly earnings, receiving the most weight in the rankings. To qualify the cost of living for each state, Wallet Hub used the cost of living index from the Council of the Community and Economic Research, the C2ER, an organization that supports research affected the quality of life of communities. The average score of all the places the C2ER, what is this robot, looks at equals hundreds. Each place individual score represents a percentage of the average. Below, okay, so it doesn't really tell us. So does that then it can mean couples, right?
Or, it didn't specify.
It doesn't specify, or dual income, or just partners or roommates. So and the site kind of ends after that. They didn't really specify much. They just kind of. I might have to go.
I think it might be a 20-year-old.
Boo! This article. I'm gonna have to go to the main article. Go to the main article. Oregon's number 15. Interesting.
Yeah, we're not anywhere. 15?
Yeah, we're number 15.
It's
not that bad.
What does it say for Oregon?
Number 15. What are our affordability score is 39 out of 100.
Damn. Yeah, it's very high cost of living here right now.
Education and health is 29.
Oh, damn.
Quality of life, where are we? 18. Wow, is there really that bad? Wow. What's wrong with this site? It has more, but it won't.
It's dying on you. Dun, dun, dun.
God, West Virginia's the worst score. Wow, ouch.
I can believe that.
Yeah, but overall, it seems like Washington has a lot. I can see there's certain parts of Washington that are very affordable to live at.
Yeah, I guess. Depends on what side of the state you are. Pretty much central. It's not really a good one. I guess it's heavily populated with colleges and universities, so.
Well, remember, it's for the current age of 24 to 40, so that's way bigger than I thought, because you never know because there's so many different names for generations that you never know what they're talking about. Sometimes some people are millennials or something from this point to this point. It's just I never know what they're saying anymore.
We're millennials, man.
You whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy. But yeah, that's seems like Washington's number 1 to if people want to live in a more affordable state. 15, that's not bad. Luckily I make more than enough according to the bracket that they gave us, so I'm fine with my earnings. So yeah, not bad. That's crazy.
You're ahead of it.
Sadly, I can't leave my job because every other job will give me less money.
I know.
So see here. So how well versed are you when you're talking to individuals, say in a professional setting?
What do you mean? Like,
Just
do I know what terminology to use and what's my appropriateness?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm well balanced. I know who I can. I mean, I've known my coworker for almost 2 years, and I can share some inappropriate things occasionally, but not often. I know where my boundaries are at with people.
Yeah, like
my first year,
talk.
I didn't do anything. I stuck to myself in my corner and like just laughing and giggling and looking at all the things because I knew half the things I was looking at was highly inappropriate. That I was like, I'm not showing that. Yes, I'm dirty-minded.
So if anyone wants to join us on all our laughs, join us on our Discord and enjoy our funny memes and our funny chats about cucumbers and pickles.
We're starting this up again.
But yeah, so if anyone wants to join us on the link should be below in the show notes. But yeah, so how are you in more of a casual setting then?
Casual, like, is this the first time I'm meeting this person?
No, more. I would say more like you're already used to the people around you, things like that. Do you kind of?
I let go. I cut back, and I show my more true colors, so they know who they're getting into. If they don't like me, then say la vie, bye.
Okay, so you'll be more used to different terminologies, slangs, stuff like that. Just to
yes, and I'll show them my feel colors.
To kind of just to BS around, because you're in a more casual setting. So more recently, we're in this point where a lot of young people are now just like I said, I've been streaming, but you have to be careful when you're streaming or on YouTube or just being on online, like TikTok, Instagram, and all that. When you're putting yourself out there, or even Facebook, depending on who's looking at your stuff.
Yeah. You
have to be careful also of sometimes like what you're saying, but also what you're putting in the titles, in the captions. Because there can be severe consequences when you're online. Because recently, a very popular streamer by Pokimane had to apologize after some backlash for using AAVE language in her Twitch stream title. Now, do you know what AAVE stands for?
No, but I'm looking at it right now.
So I didn't know what to stand for either. Apparently, it stands for African American Vernacular English. And apparently she was like, quote, mocking the dialect form. Now here's the thing. When I hear people talking English, sometimes I jokingly say, are you talking American? Because the way there's like different forms of talking, like different dialects and different mannerisms, different wordings too for different things, right? So apparently a specific individual got upset because on the stream title, I for a moment I was like, wondering what the heck are they talking about? Here, I'm quoting this. So this is what was on her title. On God, FR, it's bushing in here. 100% fire emoji, 100%. About a 360 no scope, one tap headshot, and MF, FR, no cap, and surf emojis. Do you find any of that offensive?
Nope.
Did you understand anything I just said?
Not really. So
I had to look up what it mostly stand for. So apparently it's saying on God, for real, it's bushing sick in here. And I had to look up what the FR so that's for real. So from now on I'm gonna just use FR from now on.
For real? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but then you might be pissing off some people. I'm just saying, are you speaking American as you would say?
Yeah, I am American. But anyways, apparently one person tweeted out this to just stop because it was upsetting them, and there was a lot of back and forth between people because back in the 90s there was a lot of what was it? A lot of Caucasian people were imitating black speak. Were called I think it was wankers. I think there's a TV show called Wankers. No, Wankers is
maybe probably. Wankers, it's in a British terminology.
What did it?
Cracker? Are you talking about cracker? No.
No. There was another term. Now I'm losing it. There was a term that was used for Caucasians that were using black black speak, basically, or AAVE, or yeah. I'm trying to remember, but it's escaping me at the moment. But anyway, it's to the point where you can't technically talk in certain ways because it's not your way of talking. Because some people grow up in that area and that's the way you grew up talking. But you're not allowed to talk like that for some reason, apparently. At the end of the day, she ended up having to apologize because she is in a professional setting for misusing some of these terms in this setting. So you better be careful. You misspeak, Liz.
I know. It's just like me coming from California, and the way I did a lot of things. I think I threw a lot of Oregonians off by the way I talked and spoke and did things, and I think that's why I don't even communicate or talk to any of them, because I was so different from them from the get-go that they didn't know how to handle me. So, F you guys. I found some great people who accept me for me. But I want to say, what happens with sympathy talking? Like, I'll draw a Southern accent just because somebody has a Southern accent. I'll draw off of that and I'll start speaking in a Southern language, in a Southern accent. I mean, I don't know. I just find that weird because it's like, that's like a sort of a sympathy thing.
I don't know. To me, that sounds pretty like offensive. Like, you're just because they're talking Southern, you're gonna mock them by talking Southern? It
happens. I pick it up. I just start speaking like that. It's like when I come back from Chicago, my Chicago accent's a lot thicker and heavier, and my words are a little bit different. But like, I'm not even from Chicago, but because I was born and raised in Southern California, and my mom took me back a lot of frequently times to Chicago. I picked it up more than I did. So, I don't know. I find that weird. It's just strange. I don't know. I don't find it offensive if somebody was talking, I don't know. I don't find it offensive. You guys can talk however you want to talk around me. I don't care. As long as you don't call me names, are good. So, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just like looking at this article. So let's talk a little bit more about COVID a little bit.
I don't want to talk about COVID anymore.
Now here's the thing. Here's an interesting thing. Here's an ironic thing about COVID right now. Apparently, strip clubs have far more COVID protection than some of the Ontario schools.
Ontario?
Ontario. I am tired. Apologies to all my Canadians up there. But yeah, apparently there's a lot more requirement mandatories when you have to enter a gentleman's club than it is for probably some of the states' education system. And that's
requesting that in restaurants in Portland now.
That is so funny to me that strip clubs are much more trying to be more safer than how we're trying to protect the kids.
You know what? They're doing them, and they're complying, and there's nobody complaining about it too. How's that for a fact?
True.
Oh, I want to go see some naked ladies. Okay, I have to be COVID vaccinated. All right, sounds good. I can do that. Oh, it's just like, all these fake COVID vaccine cards that people are pulling in and going to Hawaii or going out of the country with, they're getting fucking busted. Like, you guys are assholes. You guys are jerks. They're going to come back and research your shit.
Did I post it in the memes or did I send that to you? The vaccine one for the church one? Where is it?
No, I didn't. I don't, well, maybe.
Oh, there it is. Come on, post. Let me look at it. It says, there's a funny meme I found and I sent this to Liz. It says, vaccinated by the Lord, protected by the antibodies of Jesus Christ our Lord. I did not protect anyone, so fuck that. And the funny part was, what is that?
It's right there in the corner. Oh my god, in that little box. I showed it to my friends in the hospital. I was in the ED at the time, and the nurses, and I was like, hey, here's this, and they're laughing their asses off because they thought it was funny. Jesus came in me.
I did not. But yeah, that was. It's funny. It's funny to see that people are actually using this as an excuse to.
That little comment, like Jesus came in me. I'm like, oh my god, that is so wrong.
Did no one proofread that card?
They did.
So come on, people. Someone had to funny. I'll send this out.
Nobody cares. They're going, oh yeah, Jesus is the one protecting me right now, but he came in me. That was the biggest bust and laugh. We were cracking up. I was pointing it out to everybody, and they're like, "Dude, that is funny." They're laughing. They're all cracking up. We all needed that crack up. I mean, we had a couple cases in that ED at the moment, and it was just like that was the funniest shit. Of course, that was another topic of conversation because they are making a lot of nurses and who are should be vaccinated because our hospital and all the hospitals in the area are making all their staff members be vaccinated. And right now, that's a topic of discussion of trying to get a religious write-off on it.
Ooh, interesting. So they're using the religion as an excuse to not get vaccinated.
Well, I mean, they're vaccinated otherwise, but but not the COVID vaccine. That's their decision. Ultimately, I understand, but at the same time, I get it from the other perspective too. Like I'm in the middle of that road when it comes to that kind of thing. I really like some of these nurses. Some of them are really nice. They're very pleasant. They get along. I don't know how much of my coworkers are similar to that conversation with them. So, yeah, that is a topic of discussion that's rolling through the hospital right now because you have to be vaccinated by, I believe, September 31st.
Interesting. If not, what? Did they just get let go or suspended?
What I heard is reassigned.
Reassigned? That sounds like suspended to me. Like, you guys are going to get reassigned, okay?
Yeah, like you'll be moved to another department, which yeah.
They should put them all together in one room.
Put them in the COVID area rooms.
Survival of the fittest. The last one, Thunderdome, last one standing gets to keep their job.
I know, right?
Oh, all right. Let's kind of. It might be a shorter episode, so let's kind of end it on a funny note. Looking at BuzzFeed, I like BuzzFeed. I've been liking BuzzFeed a little bit more as our funny closing end.
Which one?
So we're gonna look at the 22 celebrities you probably didn't realize use stage names.
Yeah, I've known there are a lot of people who've done that. I thought we were gonna talk about the 21 days in ejaculation keeps them from having prostate cancer.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Actually,
you said we gotta do this one, the next one. All right.
True, but that was before my computer broke. So
yeah, that's true.
We can do that one. We can hold that one for another one. Let's just finish off with the 22. I completely forgot about that one. Yeah, we'll do that one next time. We're just gonna go through some of the lists, just to go over it. So, Olivia Wilde. Her real name is Olivia Jane Cockburn. I might have mispronounced that, but I can understand why she would change her name. Like, you do not want. She's for anyone listening, she's from some of the shows like House. She was in the movie Tron. She was in the movie In Time. That's a good movie. She was on the OC. I remember her in the OC. But yeah,
I remember her from House mostly.
Yeah, I remember her from House. But yeah, her real name is Jane Cockburn. It might be pronounced differently, but
I think that's how exactly I would think I would pronunciate it, but I could be wrong.
Okay, do you want to go on the next one?
Zayn. Given name is Zayn Javad Malik. I have no idea. Is it from the X Factor? Okay.
He just wanted it because he wanted the spelling with a Y.
It looks cooler.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. It is cooler with a Y. I'll be honest. Next one. Brie Larson is actually Brianna Sindani Deschulers? Oh, she's German? Interesting. Most notably, she is Captain Marvel. Interesting.
Yeah, she was tired of people mispronouncing her French last name.
Oh, it's French. My apologies. So, how should I pronounce it? Deschulers.
Desolani is? Desolani?
God, can't even.
Know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Next one. Emma Stone is actually Emily Jean Stone. Huh.
I can understand shortening it. Yeah.
What? It's really, really different. It's Emma Stone, Emily Stone. She could have been Emily Stone.
She stuck with the M. E-M. Yeah. I like her backstory. Like, she actually dropped out of high school and went to Hollywood and actually made a whole thing of why her parents should move her to LA and get her started acting. I love her backstory on that one. That was pretty funny.
Okay. Next one. Nicki Minaj. We understand that's not her real name.
Mm-hmm.
So her real name is Alana
Onika?
Anika Tanya Maraya Maraj
Mirage.
Maraj.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I could totally get it. That's a very unique
A man
name.
once signed her original production deals with that she changed her last name to Minaj.
Fought against it, but eventually was convinced.
Yeah, because Minaj Mirage. Mirage would have been
Close.
so sick, actually. Like Mirage.
Yeah. If
Fuck,
it
that would
was,
have been.
I had to been into it. I don't know.
Oh my god, I don't know. Nicki Minaj would have been interesting. All right, well, next one.
Reese Witherspoon is actually Laura Jean Reese Witherspoon. Damn, that's a very long name.
Yeah.
She's left definitely from the South. Can't you tell?
Reese
You have to have at least 4 names
was
for when
her
you're from the
mother's
South.
maiden name. So she used her mother's maiden name as her first name. Interesting. That is an interesting take right there.
That's cool.
The next one, it's one of the few Drake, which is Aubrey Drake Graham, which is interesting. Drake's one of those people that went with the share factor, which is he's just Drake, you know?
Mm-hmm.
There's very few people that can do the share factor, where they can just go by their first, not their first name, but by one
The middle name.
Their one name.
Yeah.
The one name. Because everyone knows Drake. Everyone knows Cher. There's a few other people too, but I can't name them off the top of my head. Next one.
Nina Dobrev, real name is Nikolina Kamenova Dobreva. I'm probably mutilating it because it is Bulgarian.
Nikolina Komnova Dobrova. That's not that hard. I don't know why that was easy to pronounce. But it makes sense. It makes so much sense for acting. You kind of have to have a name that just pops, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next, David Tennant, one of my favorite actors, was originally David John McDonald.
Isn't he Doctor Who?
He is Doctor Who. He plays the Purple Man in what was it? The Netflix Marvel show? I forgot now. He's a very interesting actor. I originally know him from Doctor Who. Why did he change his name?
Because in the Actors Union, he wanted to join, and in union rules prevented 2 actors from registering under the same name. So he looked through a music magazine for the inspiration and found his solution in Neil Tennant from the Pep Shop Boys.
That makes sense. I've heard that you can't. There's that thing that in the Actors Union you can't have 2 of the same people. I've heard of that.
I've never really have, but I could understand that.
It's one of the reasons Michael B. Jordan is the way it is named Michael B. Jordan, because when Michael Jordan was filming, he had to enter the Actors Union. So he was Michael Jordan in the Actors Union. So there can't be any other Michael Jordans so that's why Michael B. Jordan's Michael B. Jordan.
Gotcha.
That's why I know that. Next one is, go for it.
Jamie Foxx's real name is Eric Marlon Bishop. I think I've heard that before, that his different name. I kind of like it, the Eric Marlon Bishop, but that's just me.
Eric
Marlon Bishop would have been a cool name too, but Jamie Foxx is cool.
Marlon Bishop would have been sick too. Yeah. So why was he? He said that the first people thought he would stuck up because he didn't always respond to the new name. I would too, when Jamie Foxx, who's that?
He started using unisex names to disguise himself.
Okay. It took a while. Yeah, I could see that. That would be, because it's literally a complete name change from Eric Bishop. If you're not used to Jamie Foxx, you're like, who are they talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Bob Dylan was originally Robert Allen Zimmerman. Interesting. I understand the Robert part.
And he's under trial right now. He's in trouble.
He's in hot water. That is true. Do you want to go with the next one?
Michael Keaton is actually Michael John Douglas. I still like Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
Keaton's awesome. I know the name Keaton. You tell me Keaton, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
He was looking through names with the letter K, and he decided, good enough.
Hey, it works. It sticks out, though. You do remember it.
True. We got to come up with. Oh, we already have my stage name. You have to come up with a stage name now.
Why? Why do I have to come up with this name?
Just
Fine.
stage. You got to go with Liz something. Cheers. Whatever you like. You come up with it while we continue. Katy Perry. Given name is it Catherine Elizabeth Hudson? Yeah. That makes sense. For a singer, you kind of have to
shorten it to make it pop out.
Yeah, so that makes sense.
Mom's maiden name. Okay, so Perry's her mom maiden name. Okay.
Oh, okay, that's a nice one. Alex Cooper, given name is Vincent Damon Ferner. It's like funnier.
Fernier. Let's get a Fernie.
Alex Cooper is much more a rocky name. So yeah. He went better.
My daughter likes Alice Cooper, so. Natalie Portman's given name is Natalie Hirschlag.
She just literally combined it, Natalie.
Yeah. She eventually decided to go with a paternal grandmother's maiden name for privacy reasons.
Portman. Yeah, okay. So she combined her first name together, Natalie, and then went with her. Okay, cool. Interesting.
Yeah.
David Bowie's given name was David Robert Jones. I've heard of this one.
Jim Bowie, the protagonist in the movie The Alamo.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Go for the next one.
Oh, God, I never heard that. Miley Cyrus was originally Destiny Hope Cyrus.
Destiny Hope Cyrus. Wow, that is super hippie, like parents. That makes sense for her father.
Yeah, but she would legally change her name to Miley Ray Cyrus to be like her dad. At least really Ray Cyrus.
Yeah, legally speaking, yeah. But yeah, she has like a super hippie name, Destiny Hope Cyrus.
Yeah, I feel like that's very southern too. Trash. No offense.
Meg Ryan, real name is Margaret Mary Emily Anna Hira. Wow, that is a mouthful.
No kidding.
When she dropped out of NYU after her first semester to pursue acting career, she adopted her maternal grandmother's maiden name as a stage Ryan. Okay. Meg Ryan. Simple, easy, to the point.
Yes. Well, Margaret, you can shorten it to Meg if you wanted to. It just depends if you want to. It's just a nickname. All right. Diane Keaton is actually Diane Hall.
Why did she change her name?
It's her mother's maiden name. She joined the Union's Actors Inquired to change her name to prevent confusion with another actor named Diane Hall.
Another
duplicate, basically.
Yeah, another actors union thing. Interesting. There's a lot of actors union stuff on this thing.
Yep.
Alicia Keys. I think I've heard this one. It's actually Alicia. Is it Angelo Cook?
I don't know.
I think it's Angelo Cook. Not Angelo. It's Angelo Cook. Alicia Wilde, but her mother opposed it. Instead, went with Keys because it reminded her of the piano keys.
There we go. Sentimental.
I could have seen Alicia Wilde too. That could have been an interesting stage name for her.
Yep.
I could have seen either ones. There's probably a timeline where Alicia Wildes exist out there.
Sir Elton John is Reginald Kenneth Dwight. I could totally understand why.
I think they mentioned this. In the film too.
I haven't watched it yet. I am so bad. My mom has. She loves it. So.
And lastly, and finally, Travis Scott. Real name is
Jacques Berman Webster II.
Really? He chose Travis after his favorite uncle. Interesting. Who was someone he's always looked up to. He just had swag. Scott is a tribute to his uncle who used to it as a nickname. He told Complex. So he went with one of his uncles and his second. Interesting.
Cool. That's cool.
That's cool. All right, that was interesting.
At least that has like a familiarity to it. I mean, like he was pretty much giving people, the heads up, like a tribute to his favorite people.
Yeah, so his name would be tribute. Yeah, that's cool. I know that's kind of how my nephew's middle names are. They're a tribute to both their uncles. Their grandfathers.
Like Ursula, her middle name is after both my mother's names on both sides of my family, my mom and my dad's.
You gave her 2 middle names?
No, I did not give her 2 middle names. They're the same name. But it has that sentimental thing to it. So.
Oh, really? Oh, my God. I would have felt so bad. Like, oh, my God, no. Another child with 2 middle names.
No. I wasn't that crazy.
God, the paperwork. Well, the thing is, people forget. I understand the sentiment, but so much legal paperwork you have to fill out.
I know, right?
And you have to write out your entire name. So when I see people with extremely long, like people who have 2 middle names and 2 last names, I'm like, you have to fill out 5 names in this document that has this small little line.
Yeah.
Why did your parents do that to you? Like, initials make sense. But,
yeah.
So
I got a sibling whose name's Cab and the other one's Bed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What did their parents do to them?
I don't know. I feel sorry for my brothers and I just laugh.
Okay. So have you figured out your stage name?
No, I have not. I don't know. You're gonna have to help me brainstorm.
Okay, when we come back next week. Oh, actually, leave it in the comments. What should Liz's stage name be? Now, put it in the comments. Put it in the tweet.
Voice chat. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And then she'll pick out from the list. So you guys decide her stage name. And from now on,
and we'll make it a little bit of our part of our podcast in the beginning. So
yeah. So from now, and that's how she'll be known as from now on, moving forward. Her new stage name. What do you think of that?
That sounds good to me. That'd be fun.
That would be fun, actually. But yeah. So anything else you would like to add, or we're good to go?
Nope. Just get vaccinated, people. Wear your mask. Help the numbers. Do your part. Wash your hands.
Okay, guys. Thank you guys for listening. I do apologize once again for the late episodes. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. We're going to be back to normal. There won't be so much craziness anymore. But yeah, thanks everyone for listening. So until next time, see you.
Bye.